Well, welcome, Cardinal fans. We are back at Alvarado High School for Game 3 of this regional final. We are in the top of the first inning. Alexis Ortiz, the leadoff hitter, just popped out to second. This is Madison Perkins. Trying to get our lineup card set here. Everybody got started a little quicker than we thought. And they've made a few changes here, as this is actually Ana Diaz batting second in this game. So we'll kind of fill it in as we go here. The count is 3-1 to Diaz. So Lake Belton won game 1 back here at Alvarado Wednesday night, 2-0. Melissa won earlier today, 9-2 over at Cleburne. Swung on, popped up in foul territory. Maybe enough room for Gonzalez. No, it's off the screen. And that'll run the count even to 3-2. Melissa's the home game here, or the home team here rather, in this third game. That came as a result of some coin flips. Lake Belton won the flip and wanted to come back here to Alvarado, mainly because of the size of the fences here. They're 225 with a big batter's eye in the back, 225 all the way around. And that one is taken right down the middle for ball 4. A very rough start for the umpire here. So we have a runner on.
A little bit of a questionable call there, but
yeah, questionable at best. That was a strike all day. So this is Bryson Gott, and we're going to rely on the PA announcer here to let us know who's coming to the plate, because they have mixed things up as far as their lineup goes. First pitch misses for a ball. So Ortiz, Diaz, and Gott are the first 3 batters for Lake Belton. Different lineup, and coming off a 9-2 loss, just looking to mix things up a little bit. Runners off, throw down, not in time. So Diaz stands at second after a stolen base. There's one down here in the top of the first inning in this game 3. So yeah, we're here for the size of the fields, 225, and not a bad strategy if you're playing the national home run record leaders. But we have a wind that is still blowing out to left field, so it will still help any ball that's pulled. Here's the 2-0 to Gott. Changeup is hit on the ground, foul down the third base line. The count's now 2-1. So Melissa found the bats last game when they struggled, but they struggled here back on Wednesday night. No runs on just 2 hits, and that loss snapped a 49-game winning streak that just got started right back up with the 10 a.m. game this morning. So the win at Cleburne, everybody packed up, including us, sprinted over here to Alvarado, and here we are. The count is now 3-1 to the third hitter in the lineup, Bryson Gott. Here's the 3-1. Change up, misses low. Madison Nazer will hit cleanup today. She pops this out. And there are 2 down in the first pitch.
Brings up your designated player, number 13, Liliana Herrera.
So the 5th batter in the lineup is Liliana Herrera. She's the designated player today. She'll hit for likely the catcher, who has not been hitting, but who knows, because our lineup is all different right now. She looks at the first pitch for a ball. So Ortiz popped up to second base, then back-to-back walks. And a pop up to shortstop brings up Liliana Herrera. Still getting a little settled in here. The 2-0. That one's down the middle for strike one. Another windy park here, as you can hear whipping through our microphones. We're doing our best. Check swing, she went around. We are in the midst of the wind out here. There's just nothing blocking us, Colton. We are in the middle of a field, essentially. Beautiful ballpark,
yeah,
but nothing
very
to
nice.
block the wind. Here's the 2-2. Check swing. Did not go around, and we have a full count.
Yeah, that right field, just looking out, it's just trees beyond.
Very pretty.
Very nice, yeah.
So here's the third batter of the inning that's gotten to 3-ball count here. Here's the payoff pitch. Runners are off. Swing. This is lifted softly to left field. Needham is there. And the Broncos threaten, but are retired. We'll stay here to see if we can get you kind of settled in and go through some lineups and stuff. I don't have a Lake Belton card or lineup yet, so we're just going to kind of see how this goes. But we are definitely going to assume that Madison Ruiz is pitching. So we'll give you the Melissa lineup. If you're familiar with them, you've seen it before. Nothing's different, unless they changed it from about 10 minutes ago. So you've got Finley Williams leading off. She's the center fielder. Kennedy Bradley plays second or third base and hits second. Kagan Crabtree's the shortstop. She's batting third. And the cleanup hitter is the catcher, Lulu Adrian. Batting fifth is Izzy Gonzalez at first base. Batting sixth, Paisley Needham, the left fielder. Gabby Keeler bats seventh. She's the designated hitter. Batting eighth is Shug Bradford playing second base. And the right fielder batting ninth is Hattie Winter. As you saw in the top of the first inning, E. Mays back to the circle again. And as suspected, here's Madison Ruiz in the circle for Lake Belton. She started game one through a complete game, got the win there, complete game shutout. Started game two, gave up a 2-run home run to Kagan Crabtree in the first inning, and then gave up nothing else and was pulled in the sixth inning in favor of Natalie Hosh. And Natalie Hosh gave up the big sixth inning where the Cardinals scored 6 to kind of break it open there. That eventually led to a 9-2 victory. So Finley Williams, the center fielder, she steps in to lead things off for the Cardinals. A big game two for her. Led off the last game with a double. Also had a single that resulted in her standing on third base and a 2-base error. Scored on both of those. So the first pitch to Williams. Nearly hits her. Misses inside. The 1-0 misses outside. And this is what, Colton, this is what Ruiz did game one. Just she painted the corners, stayed out of the middle of the plate. She missed with both of those, but you can see that's the intent again, is to live away.
Yeah.
This one's up, and it's quickly 3-0.
Solid approach. You can paint those corners all day. That's a great way to win. Got a commitment to the Rams of Angelo State. Obviously, very good pitcher.
Definitely. Here's the 3-0, taking all the way, and that's a strike. So a hitter's count here of 3-1 to the leadoff hitter, Finley Williams. Winner of this game, with this series now tied 1-1, will take on Aledo for the state semifinal sometime next week. There's a ground ball to third, off the glove of Bryson Gott, who has moved from first base to third base from last game. Williams reaches on the error E5 if you're scoring.
Now batting, third baseman, number 24.
It's a tough ball.
Bradley.
Third base. That was a very hard hit ball. Just kind of spiked right off her glove.
Yeah, the ball comes off her bat in a hurry.
Yeah.
So here's Kennedy Bradley, finally broke through in her last at-bat last game with an RBI single, her first hit of the series. She takes the first pitch. Wow. High for a strike.
Already some concerns with home plate umpire.
Might be one of those, huh? So Williams on first after the error from the third baseman got. Here's the 0-1. Inside. Well, he called that a strike as well. Williams takes off the second. The throw gets away to center field. No one's looking. Now she's coming home. Here's a slide. Safe. Heads up base running from Finley Williams. So a stolen base for Williams and then a two-base error on the throw that got away into center field. Assign it to whoever you feel like, the catcher or the shortstop covering. It's depending on how you want to score that. It did bounce into her. But fantastic base running from Williams to take an early lead. And the first run Melissa scored on this field in this playoff series.
Mm-hmm. Some elite base running by Williams.
So Bradley's down 0-2 in the count. Here's the pitch, way outside. Striking first, Colton, striking first. And
Yeah.
coming off a game where you just drummed them up a little bit. They're already a little shaky. Now you get on the board first, and let's see if this pays off here. Here's the 1-2. Driven deep, but foul.
Wow.
225 would not have held that one.
Once again, saw this a lot last game. The deep, deep foul balls just repeatedly. That one almost cleared the fence behind the actual fence.
Good take. Nowhere near a swing. She was geared up for the fastball there, and that took some discipline to lay off.
Mm-hmm. That was a very good pitch.
How's that chicken?
It's great.
Colton's tearing up some chicken strips provided to us from Coach Duke Sparks. He's the absolute best.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-2. Fouled off.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Duke and Coach Denton for providing us food.
They are taking care of us today. Met us early this morning, drove us here. They're the absolute best. Melissa, if you're familiar at all, you know how blessed you are with Coach Stenton and Coach Sparks to have those two in charge of things that goes on. The 2-2 again to Kennedy Bradley. Driven foul once again.
Another one.
A long at bat here, and Ruiz coming off a game where she did get pulled in the sixth, so she did only throw 96 pitches, but threw over 120 Wednesday night, and it's hot. And so you have to wonder, honestly for Mays as well, if the workload becomes a factor at any point. 2-2 again. This one is fouled back into the screen on a rise ball that Bradley got just enough of. And once again, we are already searching for softballs. I think everybody needs to bring about 4 more with them.
Yeah.
Because we've been looking for softballs a little too much here lately.
Both teams should agree to bring like a full case.
Yeah. 2-2 again. Dribbled towards third. Up with it, a throw across. Not in time. KB legging it out. A slow roller to third. Base hit, infield single.
That's just great hustle. Saw it, hit a little dribbler out of the box, just sprint as hard as she could and got there.
Excellent hustle. So here's Kagan Crabtree, who homered twice in game 2, 2 other intentional walks. And are we going to put her on and put a runner in scoring position? There we are. So Kagan will take her free pass. Which will bring up the catcher, Lulu Adrian, who's looking for her first hit today. Did not have a hit in the earlier game. So runners on first and second, nobody out for the 4-hole hitter, Lulu Adrian. 1 run already in here in the bottom of the first inning for Melissa. This one bounces in, gets away from the catcher. Runners are going to advance.
Early sloppy defense from Lake Belton already. It's another mistake from their defense. Lost my words a little bit there.
It happens. So Bradley and Crabtree each move up a bag on the wild pitch. Lulu Adrian now with 2 in scoring position. The 1-0 takes one down the middle for a strike. Boy, a base hit here or something would really send some shockwaves through this place to get this game started.
Yeah.
Swung on, lifted high but foul. Another deep one, another one that would have been right at the wall. But a jam shot a little bit, a little towards the hands, and now the count is 1-2. The 1-2 to Adrian, way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher. The team leader in batting average came into the series hitting .651. She's looking to up that here. The 2-2, low. And the count goes full. So there is an open bag here. I would expect to be a little careful with this pitch, but you don't want to get yourself in too big of a hole here. Here's the payoff pitch to Lulu. Swung on and driven deep but foul.
Another one that probably would have cleared.
Way out ahead. Way out ahead. A lot of these foul balls are way out ahead of it, and so that's how she gets that effective changeup to work here. So this is one where you gotta sit back and be ready to wait on it and go the other way if need be, just because you don't want to get caught leaning on the changeup because you're geared up for the fastball so much. So you're looking fast. You want to look fast and adjust here. Is that what you guys are taught?
Yeah. Sit fastball.
Missed outside. All aboard for Izzy Gonzalez. And nobody down here in the bottom of the first inning. Bases are loaded.
Yeah, putting on some early pressure here already. Still the bottom of the first.
Running at first base, number 5, Emmy Mabry.
We have a courtesy runner over at first base. For the catcher, Lulu Adrian, you can do that in high school ball. You can. It's not considered a pinch runner. They're not coming out of the game. As Emmy Mabry runs for her. Swung on by Gonzalez, popped into foul territory. The ball is caught, but tagging up is Bradley. And she will score.
Brings up left fielder number 10, Paisley Needham.
So Gonzalez flies out in foul territory, but deep enough to score the run. So it's 2-0. Runner still on first and second, and 1 down here for Paisley Needham, who homered to start off that 6th inning, 6-run inning with a solo shot. She takes a big swing here and misses.
swinging for her fences a little bit there.
Yeah, she's feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
2 runs are in here in the bottom of the first inning. A quick 2-0 lead for Melissa, which is the score that the game ended here Wednesday night in favor of Lake Belton. Way high there. Trying to get her to chase after she swung at the first one up. And Paisley not biting. There's the 1-1 to Needham. Inside and kind of jam shot, ground ball down the third baseline. This is the rubber match, the third and deciding game of who will move on to the state semifinal, which now that we have divisions, Division I and Division II in all classifications, that game is not at McCombs in Austin. It used to be that once you got to that round, you headed to Austin, you played your semifinal and your final there, but now only finals down in Austin. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss, and Needham will go down swinging on strikes for out number 2. That'll bring the number 7 hitter, Gabby Keeler, the DH, to the plate. First pitch to Gabby, popped foul.
Hands up!
Playing drops today. We got the Mario dying for strikeouts and
yeah.
people yelling heads up. We didn't have that the other night.
Yeah.
1-1.
Only thing we're missing is the glass shatter.
This guy in the booth sounds like a guy that I hear on the radio, so I might go up there and see if that's him or not. The 1-1. Upstairs. Two balls and a strike to Keeler here with 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. 2 runs across for Melissa, still 2 on base, so looking to add to it. Driven deep, and this is going to be just foul. So good
Ruiz?
contact this inning.
Yeah. Ruiz got a lot of people out on, like, way out in front of the ball right now. But very solid contact either way.
The 2-2 bounces in. Crabtree a little too far off second base for the catcher's liking, and so she'll walk it till she heads back. So the count goes full here to the designated hitter, Gabby Keeler. Runners will be off on this. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit towards third, through! Crabtree digging. Here comes the throw. Play at the plate, head first slide, safe. Runners will advance on the throw, and it is 3-0.
Another great hit to keep the rally going. Right past third baseman. Barely snuck between her glove and the base. Just got right down that line. Great hit.
Well, Mabry gets all the way around to third on the throw home. And I'm curious, Colton, I would like to know, I don't know if the camera could pick it up or not, but I think we might have had an interference call had Kagan been thrown out at the plate, because the third baseman was dead in the baseline there, and Kagan actually ran into her.
Possibly.
Caused the play at the plate to be closer than it really should have been. But the speedster Kagan making Lake Belton feel her presence all day today. And that warranted a mound visit from the head coach. And I would imagine a situation that Ruiz has not seen much this year, having only one loss and had an ERA of less than 1 coming into this series. Shug Bradford now, the 8th hitter of the inning, will try to keep this going with runners on second and third. Bradford had a really good game 1. First pitch misses away.
Ruiz is about 0.6, I believe, ERA-wise.
0.6.
I think somewhere around that range. Very impressive.
Shug had a single in game 1. Here's the pitch. Popped up. A single, a strikeout, and reached on an error. Or walked and advanced on an error. Or two singles for Shug in the first game. 2 singles and a strikeout. So here's the 1-1. Lined into right field. Down. 1 run is in. Here comes the second one. Digging. Play at the plate. Safe. Bradford heads to second. It's 5-0. Melissa.
Seems like everybody in this Melissa lineup starting to figure her out.
They are making the contact now. So everybody's going to hit this inning. Here's the number 9 hitter, Hattie Winter, the right fielder. As Shug Bradford took second on the throw after the single into right field. This one's popped up to the shortstop. She's going to make the play. And that'll end the first inning, but what a good one for the Cardinals as they take a 5-0 lead right off the bat. We'll come back and see what Lake Belton can do right after this. We're in the top of the second inning here in Alvarado after the Cardinals put 5 on the board in the bottom of the first inning. The Broncos did get 2 runners on in the first, but stranded both of them. Both were walks. And we are still trying to figure out the lineup, as I believe this is, yes, it is Addison Sims. She hits this one up the middle, tough play, and that'll be a single. Infield single for Sims.
That was close play there. That's a tough play to make. Slow ball hit up the middle of the infield.
Yeah, weakly hit.
Now batting, number 19, your pitcher, Madison Ruiz.
So here's the pitcher, batting 8th, number 19, Madison Ruiz. Had been batting 5th the first 2 games. Like I said, it got a big lineup shakeup here for game 3. As the Broncos just trying to find something that works, as really even in the game 1 win, not much offense to speak of. Either 1 or 2 hits, depending on whose game changer you look at. One was considered an error on one. It was considered a hit on the other. And outside of a little bit of a rally in the top of the 5th inning in game 2, really not much doing for their bats as Ruiz takes strike 1. Here's the 0-1. And that clipped the bat on a check swing, and she's quickly down 0-2. The 0-2 misses away. 5 runs on 4 hits for Melissa in the bottom of the 1st inning. The scoreboard has Lake Belton with a hit in the top of the 1st. Swing and a miss. Ruiz goes down swinging for the 1st out of the 2nd inning.
That's a great comeback from that first battery of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder number 20.
Get that strikeout, take away some of their momentum.
The hit for Lake Belton, the only one, was the one that started out this inning, which was the little infield bloop. This is Alicia Williams. It is. Okay, so that's the 9th hitter, so I think we know who's doing what now, since we didn't get a lineup pregame from them. That one misses down. Fouled back into the screen.
Lots of horns.
Lots of horns. This one's driven into right field, but Hattie Winters there on a knee makes the grab. So it was the 2nd out of the inning.
Might have misread the ball a little bit there. Seemed to stop for a second in the outfield and had to come to a knee because the ball dropped.
That brings up center fielder number 6, Madison Perkins.
Madison Perkins steps in now. From the left side. Runner goes, got her on the throw, and she is out. Coach is going to go talk about it and disagree, but, well, let's stay with this here because
They do not seem to agree with that call.
he's asking for help when he is 1 foot from the bag.
A little concerning.
Not real sure what he could possibly be asking help for when you are literally standing right there. And honestly, that's just, there's not much to say there other than that's just really, really bad. Really, really bad. They're going to overturn that and say that she was safe after the umpire that is in position 1 foot from the play gets overturned from 2 other guys that were 40 feet from the play. And that just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Umpire and crew off to a rough start.
I mean, that is just You don't like to harp on it, but that is no one else's call but his. And
Yeah.
that is just bad. Coach Crabtree has every right to be upset, and everything she's saying is justified. Again, it's super windy. We're trying our best with the wind, but
Yes.
it is not easy at times to.
Keeps picking up a little bit. Weather's changing a little bit throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss from Perkins. She's quickly down 0-2 as E. Mays is trying to make all of that not matter. Here's the 0-2. Fouled back. This is the 9-hole hitter. Madison Perkins, the center fielder. The 0-2 is upstairs.
I believe she was the one that got either moved or taken out of last game.
And the outfield shifts.
Yes.
Popped up. This is going to get outplayed.
A couple errors in the outfield last game. Had a little bit of movement.
Melissa up 5-0 here. We're in the top of the second, 2 down, but the Broncos do have a runner on second. The 1-2 swing and a miss on the changeup, and Perkins goes down, and justice is served from that ridiculous call at second base. 1 hit, no runs, 1 person stranded. We'll come back and see if Melissa can keep the score adding up. Bottom of the second when we come back. Bottom of the second inning. Just like the first inning, we're starting with the top of the lineup because all 9 hit in the bottom of the first for the Cardinals on their way to a 5-run, 4-hit first inning.
Back to the top of the order from Melissa. Center fielder, number 2, Finley Williams.
So Finley Williams, who in my book reached on an error in the first inning. They gave her a hit on the scoreboard, but either way, stole second and came around on an error on the steal attempt that the ball went into center field. Ended up coming all the way home as Lake Belton was just a little lazy getting to the ball there, and she takes a changeup for strike 1. That got the scoring going in the first inning. Looking to do it again here. This one's popped up, out of play, back towards us.
Winds are picking up quite a bit here.
Yeah, it's breezy. It is breezy. It would actually it might help a ball that's hooking towards the left field. Other than that, it's pretty much into us.
Yeah.
The 0-2 misses.
Marie's looking a little frustrated on the mound.
We're at the point in this series where we're getting air horns with pretty much every pitch.
Yes. Train horns,
So,
the air horns.
Yeah, we are living and dying with every pitch at this moment.
Cowbells.
The 1-2 to Finley. This is way outside.
Love to see the crowd get into it, though.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as big here because there's so much more seating in the bleachers,
yeah.
but there's still lots of people here.
Yeah.
The 2-2. Jammed her and fouled back into the screen. So we'll reset, do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody down here. The bottom of the second inning. Change up driven sharply into left center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Finley digging for second. She will be there standing up. She chooses to slide for the heck of it. Could have easily stood up. And a leadoff double starts off this second inning as the Cardinals are really, really putting the pressure on now.
Man, is she hot right now. She can't stop hitting right.
So
hit
two
hit.
plate appearances for Finley Williams, reached twice. We'll go with the scoreboard and say she has 2 hits. How about that? Single and a double.
We'll take it.
As Kennedy Bradley stands in, looking for her first home run in this series. Takes that one on the inside corner for a strike. Hit a whole bunch in the year, led the area most of the year, maybe still does. I haven't checked those stats in a while, but has 23 on the season. Not one in this series, though. The 0-1. There's one. Goodness. The breeze just foul. Man, that was just foul. Plenty of distance.
Had a little bit of a breakthrough last game. Looking to capitalize on that in this one.
The 0-2. Driven deep to left field. You can say goodnight to it. Gone. Kennedy Bradley. A 2-run home run. And the route is on early here in Alvarado. Kennedy says, take your 225 and do what you want with it, because I'm clearing it. 6-7 to nothing on 6 hits. There is no one out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Now batting, shortstop, number 0, Kagan Crabtree.
Here's Kagan. They haven't pitched to her much. Let's see if they do now. And they will. So she gets to swing. And she'll be happy with that. 7-0. First pitch to Kagan's fouled away over the first base dugout. Couple of really intentional practice swings, and Kagan steps back in, gives the feet a check to make sure they're in the right spot, and she's ready. Here's the 0-1. This is way outside.
Hopefully can capitalize on this opportunity. Finally getting a hit.
Well, we are, you have to think, the Lake Belton, they've just got to be thinking, boy, what has happened today? This is Mrs. High. Long way to go in this one, but boy, the pressure's on now, down 7.
Mm-hmm.
Driven deep. That's as far as one's been hit today in any park, but that is foul.
Straighten that out. That's in some of those trees in
It
left
sure
field.
is. So the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kagan. Nobody out here, bottom of the second inning. This one's down, and the count runs full.
Great way to battle in this count.
Ruiz at 50 pitches and has only recorded 3 outs. Here's the payoff pitch to Crabtree. Fouled away. Beautiful park here. I know we've said it a couple of times, but man, it is so pretty to just look out there in the trees and the fields.
Yes.
Beautiful. Payoff pitch again. Driven into left field. That's through. A single for Crabtree, and it's all working right now. So that'll bring Lulu Adrian to the plate, who honestly is kind of looking to break through in this series a little bit.
Now batting the catcher, number 25, Lulu Adrian.
An elite player for sure, but struggles a little today, but lots of time to figure that out. This is driven into left field, playable for the left. No, it's over her head, misplayed it. Crabtree digging for third. She's headed home. No throw. She's going to score standing up, and a stand-up double for Lulu Adrian breaking through, scores Crabtree all the way from first, and it is 8-0.
And not sure what happened out there in the left field. That was a little confusing.
She just completely misplayed it.
Yeah, it looked like off the bat, she ran straight to it.
Yeah, made the cardinal sin of first step in.
First step forward.
Boy, that is, especially playing a team like Melissa, that you cannot take that first step in forward. They will burn you.
Ends up biting you.
So Izzy Gonzalez is going to try to keep this train moving here. She steps in with a runner on second, as Mabry will courtesy run again at second base. And the two umpires are discussing something again. And there's been so much confusion and discussion in this series with these three. I'm sure they are fine, quality gentlemen, but they are struggling. Gonzalez pops this up. Second base. Plays made. The runner has to stay put. That'll bring up the left fielder, Paisley Needham, who struck out swinging back in the first inning. One down here in the bottom of the second inning. 3 across in this inning. 8 total as the Cardinals lead 8-0. First pitch to Needham is high. Here's the pitch from Ruiz. Misses again outside. Paisley's ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. One down here. Bottom of the second inning. 3 already across, looking for more as Mabry stands on second. Courtesy running for Lulu Adrian, who doubled and scored Crabtree. The 2-0 inside, and it's now 3-0.
He's really struggling with location and accuracy at the moment. It's still early on, but down 8-0 that fast. Already a 3-0 count.
Yeah, she does not look quite as sharp as she did Wednesday night. But Melissa can do that to you. So ball 4 gets away. That allows the runner from second to advance to third. So a runner from second advances to third on the wild pitch that was ball 4 to Needham. And now runners at the corners for Gabby Keeler. One down here in the bottom of the second inning. Keeler singled back in the first and scored. First pitch to her is low for a ball. as Needham takes second base, and the throw is cut off, thinking that Mabry might be coming home. She's not. So now 2 in scoring position as Keeler hits here with 1 down and a 1-0 count.
Not fooled by the trick.
We were on that the other night. We traded the run for the out on that exact play, and that was a crucial run. But it was early in the game, and so at that point didn't know how much that run would matter for sure. So
yeah,
it got him out of the inning right before the run scored, right after the run scored rather. 2-0. Keeler check swing fouls this one back into the net. It's now 2-1. Base hit here would really, really break this open. The 2-1 misses high. 3 balls and a strike to Keeler. 8 hits, 8 runs for the Cardinals. And that catches the outside part of the plate, and the count's full.
Tough pitch there.
Yeah, 3-1, you're looking for yours. If it's not yours, you got another one. So here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Keeler goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, your second baseman.
That'll bring up Suge Bradford, the second baseman, who singled her last time up in the first inning and advanced to second on the throw as she drove in Keeler, and they tried to make a play at the plate, and she took second base on that. So she'll try to do that again. Driven into left field, the foul. A softball magnet over there in that area. Basically, just beyond what is our bullpen today. That's got to be the 10th ball hit there already. We're in the second inning.
Yeah, just about. I bet you that we're probably either in the double digits or close to the double digits out there. Lots of balls because of that wind hooking off to the left.
Yeah, it's weird. I guess just a matter of where we're sitting. If you can see it on your screen, the American flag in left center field is kind of up and down. It doesn't indicate how hard it's actually blowing, but sitting up here as Bradford pops this up just over shortstop. Tough play, and it's made by the second baseman. Nice grab. Nice grab. That would have led to 2 more runs. Credit there to the second baseman, Ana Diaz. But 3 more across in the bottom of the second inning for the Cardinals, and they'll take an 8-0 lead into the top of the third when we come back.
Shortstop, number 10, Alexis
Top of the order.
Ortiz.
Let me put my mic in front of my face. There we go. Top of the order for Lake Belton as we play here in the top of the third inning, and they are down 8-0 with 2 really quality innings from the Melissa offense, accompanied by 2 quality innings by E. Mays, looking for a third. And that first pitch is called a ball.
Another little questionable one. Close.
So Lake Belton just looking for something here to give them a little momentum. The Cardinals going to do their best to avoid that. But Ortiz ahead in the count quickly, 2-0.
Yeah, not much of a spark in this offense so far. Haven't seen much.
Ortiz way choked up to the very top of the grip of her bat. Swings and grounds this one to second. Diving grab made by Shug Bradford. Good play. Throws her out at first base from her knees. And another Sports Center worthy grab there.
That's a great play, making it look really easy once again.
She's so quick and gets to the ball so fast.
Smooth.
So Ana Diaz, the second baseman, who made the good grab to end the last inning, will step in here and see if she can do anything as the first pitch to her sails over everybody and is ball one. Fouled back into the net. And count evens at a ball and a strike. So the winner of this game will go on to play Aledo, who won their series in 2 games against Birdville. They run ruled, I believe. It was a 10 run. It was 11-1. I don't know if it's an actual run rule or not in game 1, but then a much closer one last night. Bunted back to Mays. Easy play to first. And Diaz is retired. 1-3 if you're scoring. I know you all are. You all have your scorebooks out just like me.
Yeah.
You are all as nerdy as we are. Bryson Gott, the third baseman, looks at the first pitch that just misses for ball one. Gott walked back in the first inning, but was left standing on first base. Just takes this one right down the middle for strike one. Gott here looking to give some kind of a spark, as they have been punched quickly here in game 3. Driven back in Mays, hot shot, but caught. And that's how you help yourself out right there. A 1-2-3 inning for E. Mays, and the Cardinals will head back to the plate when we return. Back in Alvarado, we're at the bottom of the third inning, and we have a pinch hitter. Ree Wheeler is going to step in and hit for Hattie Winter here, taking her spot in the 9-hole for now. Ree's first at bat in this series. First pitch to Wheeler. She takes it high for ball one. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled straight back. Reed takes a look at the bat and see where she hit that. Long look into the dugout from Ruiz to get the number to go to her wristband to see what she's going to throw here. Now she's ready. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Wheeler, who leads off the bottom of the 3rd inning with Melissa leading 8-0. That one misses high. The count runs even at 2-2. So a long day of softball today because of some lightning last night. We sat around at Cleburne High School last night for a few hours waiting. Here's the 2-2 swing and a miss, and Wheeler goes down on strike swinging. We hung around for a good while last night, hoping and waiting, hoping to get it in. And eventually had to just make the call around about 9 o'clock, actually, that it's just not going to happen today. So we played game 2 this morning over at Cleburne, if you weren't joining us for that, at 10 a.m. Melissa won that game 9-2. That's why we were in this 3rd game, which they now lead 8-0. Here's Finley Williams, grounded to 3rd, up with it, across. The throw is in time to get Williams. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
It's a nice rebound from Ruiz coming off past couple of innings. Get 2 quick outs.
Yeah, I mean, very easily her best inning so far.
Yes.
Kennedy Bradley steps in, singled in the 1st inning, and hit a 2-run bomb in the 2nd inning way over that 225 fence. Line shot to 3rd off the glove. Nice play by Godin. She's hurt. She's hurt.
That's a very hard hit ball. Looked like might have got it right off the hands.
So a line drive off of the glove hand is what it looked like. Bryson got the 3rd baseman, who made a great play. I thought she caught it in the air. It just sort of popped out of her glove, but still it was hit so hard she still had plenty of time to make the play. Let's hope that she's all right as she's helped off the field by a trainer. I can't really tell which hand she's favoring, but it almost looks like she's kind of seeing the dugout. It looks like it might be her throwing hand, but maybe it came off of her throwing hand, the line drive, when it kind of popped out of her glove. So.
Possibly.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back for the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning, Madison Nazer is going to lead off for Lake Belton. The first baseman today, her first and only at bat so far. She popped out to short. First pitch to Nazer. It's outside. The 1-0 is fouled back into the net.
Some pretty tall nets this field.
Yeah, you feel somewhat secure back here.
Takes a
1-1 misses high, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike to Madison Nazer, the first baseman.
Takes a pretty hard hit foul ball to get over the net.
Check swing on the 2-1. They're going to say she did not go around. So now a hitter's count of 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff hitter here in the 4th inning, Madison Nazer. Nazer with the open stance, the left foot almost out of the batter's box, but it's not. Here's the 3-1. That hitter. So not a fun way to have an at-bat to get hit, but she'll take the base.
Now batting, designated player, number 13, Liliana.
This is Liliana Herrera. She's DHing today for the catcher. The catcher is Updike. She's caught every game this series. Grounded to third. Bradley up with over to second for 1. To first, the relay in time. Double play. 5-4-3 in your scorebook. And the leadoff walk is hit by pitch. Eliminated just like that. And there's 2 down.
Greatly executed double play. Got out of their gloves so fast. Able to get it over to second and first just in time.
So Addison Sims, we'll see if she can get the rally in this inning started again. 1-0. Popped up and out of play onto the first base dugout where that softball might live forever.
Into the gutter.
Sims singled her first time up, but pops this one sky high into center field. Williams is underneath it, makes the grab, and that is a quick inning defensively for the Cardinals. So they'll come up to bat when we come back, see if they can add to their 8-0 lead.
Leading off for Melissa.
It's the bottom of the 4th inning. Kagan Crabtree is up. And she has had a pretty much her day has gone either getting on base from a hit or an intentional walk. So we'll see what they do here. They haven't pitched to her a whole lot today. The coach is a few feet out of the dugout. All right, they're going to throw to her.
Now let her swing. Might as well.
Kagan has a walk and a single today. Came around and scored both times. The first pitch to her is high for ball 1. 2 home runs in game 2 for Kagan. Started the scoring in the bottom of the first with a 2-run shot. Line drive but foul down the third base line.
Believe 3 intentional walks today, with the 1 from this game.
Looks like McKenna Ramsey down in the bullpen for the Cardinals warming up. She may come in and finish this thing off at some point. The 1-1 to Kagan, way high. And it's 2 balls and a strike to the future Longhorn Kagan Crabtree. Longhorn softball hosting a regional this weekend. Swung on, driven down the left field line, and just foul. Just a couple of feet foul.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the shortstop, Crabtree. Change up driven into left field. Wow, there was about 1 foot to hit that ball between the third baseman and shortstop, and she did.
Put it right there.
They have her spray charts, that's for sure. I mean, the defense was in the right position. It's just when you hit it that hard, you don't have time to move. So a line drive single into left field. And Kagan has reached base safely all 3 times today. The catcher, Lulu Adrian. Crabtree off on the pitch, and she's in there safely. No conference needed for that call. The safe call will stand. Lulu walked her first time up and doubled in the second inning. Takes this one for a strike. The count is even at 1-1. Nobody down here as we play in the bottom of the 4th inning. Melissa with an 8-0 lead looking to advance. Swung on and driven deep into left field. You can say goodnight to that one. Gone, a 2-run shot for Lulu Adrian. Makes the score 10-0. Melissa.
A little close on that one. Got a little up and close.
Yeah, that's where the 225 kind of comes into play there, you know, because that one wasn't over by a whole lot, but anything you hit it over 225, that's a shot. I don't care if it crawls over. That's a long way. Izzy Gonzalez steps in now. She popped up to left field, but that was a sacrifice fly. She got an RBI on that, and then popped up to the second baseman. First pitch is high. High again. It's quickly 2 balls and no strikes. So a 10-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Thought about it, took it, and it's now 3-0. 10 runs on 10 hits as for Melissa as they apply the slow and painful way to exit here in the state playoffs. Popped up, swinging, green light on 3-0, and fouls it back.
Up to 0. You know, one of your better hitters in the lineup. I think I'd give her the green light too.
Yeah, I agree. Why not? Driven into left center field, but this one's playable. Right up against the wall at the warning track. Catch is made by the left fielder, and there's one down. Hit well.
So close.
That'd be out at our place.
Oh, yeah. Way out. Just probably about 5 feet from being over that fence, if that.
Yeah, she was on the warning track, so hit well, but that's where the different distance on the fence got us a little bit there. But
yeah.
So Paisley Needham steps in here from the right side, the left fielder. Struck out swinging in the first and walked in the second. She looks at strike one. Another high fly ball in the left field. This one also playable. A little shallower this time. The catch is made. And there are now 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Your scoreboard totals are correct. Lake Belton, no runs on 1 hit. They do have an error. And Melissa, 10 runs on 10 hits. No errors.
Pitch hitting, number 5, Emmy Mabry.
So Emmy Mabry will now pinch hit for Gabby Keeler.
Courtesy runner earlier, now getting a chance to hit.
So Coach Cassie giving everybody an at bat here that she can.
Yeah.
2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss at the first pitch there from Mabry. Mabry with the old school 1 batting glove. The throwback, I like it. Just the one on the left hand, yeah. This one's high. Reaches down, grabs some of the rubber beads in the field turf there. Dry that right hand off and steps back in, and now she's ready. Here's the 1-1. That one just misses for ball 2.
Believe it or not, it feels like it gives you more grip.
Grabbing the rubber pellets?
Yeah.
Interesting. The 2-1. That catches the outside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, with the Cardinals already having plated 2 off the Lulu Adrian 2-run home run. 2-2 misses high, and the count's now 4.
Good way to work that count for your first at bat of the day.
Yeah, very good patient at bat here. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up towards first base in foul territory. Might be room up against the dugout. No. It's going to fall, and she'll get to try again. There is like a screen on the dugout. So basically, if you can imagine the normal sort of height of a front of a dugout where you would lean over, that's not open above that. There is netting that goes up to the top of the dugout. If that netting wasn't there, the first baseman maybe could have reached over into the dugout for that ball, but it prevented it. And Mabry goes down swinging there. The Cardinals get 2 more in the 4th as they lead 10-0 headed to the top of the 5th inning. We'll be right back. We head to the top of the 5th inning. here in Alvarado, Texas at Alvarado High School. And the pitcher for Lake Belton will be first up this inning, Madison Ruiz, as she looks to get something started as they trail your Melissa Cardinals 10-0 in this third and deciding game of the regional final. The winner to take on Alito in the state semifinal series. Assuming it would be a series. I guess if one coach wants a one game, they could flip and see how that goes. But nonetheless, the winner of this series takes on Alito. E. Mays remains in the circle here to face Ruiz. Swing and a miss from the high fastball.
Aggressive swing, first pitch, letting you know they're wanting to hit.
Fantastic game from Ruiz on Wednesday night, way outside. And really, aside from the Crabtree home run in Game 2, really solid there too. It's an offense like Melissa's, if they get to see you 6, 7, 8 at-bats, they're going to figure it out, and that's just essentially what has happened here today.
Yeah.
Quality pitcher, just a tough task to get these girls out that many times.
Yeah.
It's just really hard. So
it's never going to be an easy thing when facing the #1 team nationally.
Swing and a miss. It counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Melissa looking to close this out now and advance on. Check swing, and she goes down. So 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here.
Pinch hitting for Lake Belton, number 2, Tristan Sheka.
Tristan Shekub? Is that what you said, I believe?
I believe so.
I don't have their roster. We got this game going so quickly. I didn't get a card from them today. Swing and a miss for Shekub. Maybe I have yesterday's card, Colton. I can find it. That one misses. Sheka. Sheka. And as I figure out who she is, she's down the ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Jammed her. Ooh, diving attempt by Lulu that couldn't hang on. So a little jam shot pop-up just behind the hitter results in just a foul ball. The 1-2 again. Misses off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down here, the top of the 5th inning. Melissa leads 10-0. They also lead on scoreboard in hits, 10-1. The Broncos do have an error charged to them. This one's lifted into right field towards winner and playable. Catch made on the run towards the foul line for out number 2. And here's Natalie Hosh. Natalie was the pitcher that came in the 6th inning and gave up that big 6-run inning last game when Lake Belton was up, or trailed rather, 3-2. They had just come off a 2-run inning to cut the lead to 1. And then she very quickly gave up 6 runs. She's now pinch hitting for Madison Perkins here. She is quickly down 0-2. So this is the pitch here, up 10 in the 5th inning.
Run rule is in effect.
Check swing. Did she go around? No, she didn't. So we'll have to wait for another one. As Colton mentioned, we're looking at the run rule here. 5th inning, up by 10. Lake Belton has to score, and Melissa advances. Here's the pitch. Outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. High and away, and the count's now even.
Falling behind
full
a little
count,
bit.
3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Melissa is 1 out away here from advancing. Swing and a miss. And your Melissa Cardinals come back from a 1-game deficit to sweep the Broncos in convincing fashion today. There is no doubt who the better team was today. Lake Belton got the better of them Wednesday night, and a lot of credit for that, but the real Melissa showed up today and took care of business, and they will be advancing onto the state semifinal to face Aledo, and a big congratulations to Lake Belton on a fantastic season, a great record. They are going to finish at 35-4. They won their district and made it all the way to the regional final and took a game off of the #1 team in the state, the #1 team in the nation, the national home run record setter, and a very nice moment you can see from Coach Cassie, a good moment with Madison Ruiz, where no doubt she is showing her a lot of respect. Now Emays and Ruiz with a hug, and lots of respect for that young lady, as she had a lot of really good, maybe even what you would say dominant innings against a historically good offensive team in Melissa. And she will no doubt go on to have a fantastic college career, and we will no doubt move on to the next round with your Melissa Cardinals. Again, final from Game 2 was 9-2. Final in Game 3 is a 10-0 5-inning run rule to end Lake Belton's season and keep the Cardinal season alive, moving on to the state semifinal against Aledo. Of course, no information on that series yet. Word will get out as soon as we know what it is, and we will hope to bring that to you here on the Melissa Network, just like we have this series here. And we will keep you updated on dates and times, and if we're able to do that, and where you can watch it and all that kind of good stuff. Colton Pruitt on the camera, on the color commentary, helping me out today. I'm Casey Pruitt. Thank you to the Melissa administration and Coach Seth Stinton, Coach Duke, and everybody that allowed us to be a part of this today and bring it to you. Mr. Trevor Van Dam helping us remotely with he had the spring game going on last night, and he was helping us do all kinds of stuff. He is an absolute legend in everything that he has his hands in Melissa ISD. Thank you, Trevor, for that too. So, final again, 10-0. It's a good day to be a Melissa Cardinal, and we will keep you updated on the next round, and we will see you then. Take care, everybody.